Good afternoon or evening. I am making chicken a la king. I got busy and started throwing it together, not remembering that I wanted to show you. So I have some chicken cooked up, little slices. I put some onions and peppers in there and a taco packet, a fajita seasoned packet in here, and cooked it all up together. Now I am putting in cream of chicken soup, then it kind of looks kind of disgusting for a minute, but it tastes really good. I need some more. I swear I got me 6 cans. I'm probably going to have to go back and check over on the table and see if I can find another one. I usually put about at least 6 cans in there. Now, at this stage, it doesn't look appetizing. I will tell you that. But it does, once it's all cooked together, it's awesome. It's very rich. Let me show you what it looks like now. Yeah. That's what it looks like now, with the soup and the tomatoes and the meat all fried together. I will be back in just a moment. I want to see if I got another can of soup there. Okay. Normally you would use a bigger pan than this, but I just realized that I hadn't taken out enough cheese. In fact, I hadn't taken out any cheese. But I probably have enough to do a single layer, so I'm just going to do a single layer of it, and do a single layer in another pan, but I'll have to wait to add the cheese to the other pan. And, okay, so, a lot of people use the white chips for this. I like, actually, let me add a little more light here. There we go. Okay, so they use the white tortilla chips for this, but I prefer not to have all that crunch. I mean, you can make it with the regular. So I just break off pieces of flour tortilla and put it in the bottom of the pan until I have the bottom of the pan covered with a good layer. Let me turn this so you can see. There we go. And we're just breaking off pieces. Just random sizes. And as I said, the stuff I have in the frying pan, I put some chicken in there. I cut up some chicken. I didn't have any the fajita chicken from in the store. Um, so I boiled the chicken a little bit, and then I cut it up into pieces and put it in the frying pan, cooking it. And then after the chicken was heated, I did it kind of backwards. I ended up putting the onions, peppers, and chicken in at the same time. After it was all heated, I added a can of rotel tomato and continued to heat it. And then after it was heated, I added 6 cans of cream of chicken soup. And before I added the cream of chicken soup, I added a season packet for fajitas. And the reason why I got distracted to not videoing it from the beginning is I had got a phone call from my daughter, one of my daughters who was in New York. She has one lung, and she just actually got out of the hospital because her tumor in her lung was growing big. And then when they checked her, they realized that she had a second tumor in there that was probably about an inch in size, and then the other one is bigger. They just sent her home from the hospital with, they're getting her a hospital bed, and they're getting her some oxygen. And she also had pneumonia too while she was in there, so that did not help matters any. And she goes to see her lung doctor and her cancer doctor in Vermont next month. So I was talking to her for a little bit, and her boys, and seeing how everybody was doing, how she was doing. They did give her some pain medicine to go home with. So I was kind of sidetracked with my daughter. That's why I forgot to show you from the beginning, but I still told you everything I did. Okay, so I have a nice layer of the flour tortilla broken out. Okay, and as I said, the stuff doesn't look as appetizing at the moment, but it will when it gets done all cooking with the cheese in it. And we're just going to put that on top here. Something in my throat. A little tickle in my throat. And we're going to put some cheese on it. Move that around. Now here is where you'd start putting the second layer of flour tortillas on, and some more of that stuff and some more cheese. But I just realized that that was all the cheese that I have, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare. I'm going to put this one in the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and prepare the other pan, and I can put it in the freezer until I get to the store and get some more cheese and then add to it. Actually, even better. Okay. So we'll get that in cooking while we prepare the other pan. I pretty much stick to 250 for my oven, and I'm sorry, 350. I could pretty much cook everything on 350. So you're going to cook that so that everything has time to heat together, and your cheese gets all melted, and then you actually just cut it like you would a lasagna and serve it like that. You can serve it's good to have some sour cream with it. And I see I bought way too many packs of flour tortillas, but that's okay. I like, and sometimes I take like the hot and spicy chicken fingers, or cut up a couple chicken patties and roll them up in a flour tortilla with ranch dressing. Flour tortillas are good. Just we used to spread them with peanut butter and roll them up. My daughter actually has been sick since she was very young. She had her first ear surgery at 2. Every time she would get sick, her ears would start bothering her. Then her adenoids and tonsils would swell up. And then once it got to that point, then she'd start running a fever, and the minute she ran a fever, then her asthma would kick in. And we went through that when she was 2. We went through it when she was 4 and 6 and 8. And then when she was 14, she was at school. And there was apparently a fire in the bathroom next door. And the classroom was filling with smoke. And they kept all the kids in the classroom. They just thought it was the smoke was coming from the home ec class down the hall, and it wasn't. And by the time she came home from school, and I got her to the hospital, she was already had got pneumonia from all that smoke being in her lungs. And she spent 5.5 months in that hospital, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. They tapped her lung 6 times and collapsed it on the 6th time. And then they sent us out to a bigger hospital, which is Fletcher Allen, and she went there. She did they put a camera down her throat and did what tests they needed to do. We got all the way home, just got in the door, and the hospital called and said, "You need to come back. We need to have her in surgery tomorrow morning." So we got something to eat, got back in the car, and drove all the way from New York back to Vermont. I think it was like about 2.5 hour drive. You got take 11 up to Rouse's Point, and then I think it's 87 all the way down, back down into Vermont. And they took her upper left lobe of her left lung, and thinking that the bottom would regain use now that the pneumonia was gone, but the pneumonia was so thick it glued her lung together. And then she a couple years ago they found a tumor in the lower lobe, so they took that out, and now she's got one in her right lung, which is the only lung she's got left. And actually now she has 2 in her right lung. So it has been not a good start to the new year. But all we can do is keep moving forward. Okay, let's see if we can get this out now. The pans that I'm using to bake in, sorry about the noise, almost done. These pans, I actually get, well actually these ones here, I had got a couple pans of lasagna for New Year's because the kids were tired of turkey and all that stuff. But I usually get my son mac and cheese in these. He likes the Stouffer's mac and cheese. So that's usually where we get these pans from. on this one. And put it in the freezer for another day. And since I'm the main cook, I know what's in there, so I don't really need to mark it. My youngest son, he likes to cook some, but he's got actually his own freezer. We each have our own freezer, so. And our cheese is still melting, so I'll bring you back when it gets done. Okay, that's done. Didn't really care for this cheese. It's a Dollar Tree cheese. It doesn't melt like the other cheese does, but I'm sure it'll taste fine and blend right in with everything. You could also put black olives in it or on it if you wanted to. And sour cream goes good with it. It goes good with anything that's taco or fajita related. And as I said, that's chicken a la king. And if you like, please hit like and subscribe. And as always, share. And have a blessed evening. Thank you.